Bob!
Howdy hey, this is Frakbox, and I'm here just by myself playing Pokemon Crystal in Italian, a language that I do not speak. So I had some footage lost. There wasn't really much that happened. I basically went down here and battled that scientist. At least I think I did. Don't remember if I saved. Yeah, okay, I battled that scientist. I think... oh, there's a super guard or whatever? Okay. I think if you... Oh. I think pressing that button turns off the security cameras. I don't know that I intended to do that. But let's see, what Pokemon is first? Oh, I went to the Pokemon Center to heal up since I had lost some footage. I figured I might as well. I was going to have to go to the Pokemon Center anyway to train up Jolteon and others. You know, I do actually want to battle some of these Team Rocket grunts, so I'm going to go... I shouldn't have pressed that button. I thought it would have given you the option to press the button. No. Okay. It just turns it all off. That's unfortunate. Okay. Well, let's see if it turns them all off, or if it only turns some of them off. I'm hoping I didn't just ruin my chances to get a lot of experience and money. Let's see... I could have gone the other way, but that would... Oh, yeah, looks like, Pepita. That's, I don't know what Pepita is. Okay, so this is a transporter that takes you back to there. This is like a trap floor. I'm actually gonna step on this because I want to catch some of these Pokemon. You have to be really quick about it, though, because they'll use self-destruct. And they use self-destruct rather actively. So we're going to give it a try. Okay. Hopefully it paralyzes it. If it does, that's going to make this a lot easier. And Smog, okay. Not self-destruct. That's a positive thing. Man, that move lasts for a while. Smog doesn't do very much damage, though. Okay, so this is probably going to leave it with, like, a little bit of HP. Hopefully it just uses, like, Smog or something again. Oh, it's Acid. Okay. 40 base damage. Okay, so it's at a low enough level here where we could probably just throw a Pokeball at it, which we're gonna do. Unfortunately, in this edition of Pokemon Catching, does not give you experience like it does in the latest versions of Pokemon. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, here it is. Okay, no, I was gonna say self-destruct time, but not yet, apparently. I think I'd mentioned in a previous episode that I do actually like the aesthetics of coughing and wheezing. But they're not powerful enough for me to justify using them, unfortunately. Okay, so we caught a coughing. That's good news. We're not really going to use it, we're just filling out the Pokedex. Not that we're really trying very hard to fill out the Pokedex. I believe the next Pokemon to catch is actually an, No, it's a Voltorb. Okay. Which we haven't caught any yet. And since it's going to be about level 20, 21 or so, might as well catch it. That'll give us some options later in case we actually want to use that instead of the Jolteon that... Whoa, level 23. Instead of the Jolteon that we caught. If you skipped an episode, I do have a shiny Furret now. I did not catch it on screen, though. Unfortunately, since I caught it while I was grinding, essentially. But I didn't have the ability to plug it into the capture card and record it at the time, so... let's use this. Because I don't want it to fail. Okay. Are you gonna be caught? Okay, good. So we caught one Voltorb, we caught one coughing. Basically... These are, it's just coughing, Voltorb. So we don't need to do that anymore. So we did get our Jolteon a little bit wounded. So I'm going to go back here and heal up. Oh, it's nighttime now. Interesting. Let's see. So I guess anything... Let's see, is there anything worth mentioning? So at the time this is being recorded, there's a lot of stuff going on in the news about George Floyd. Or... you know, about how he was wronged I'm not going to mention too much about that here in this episode, mainly because a lot of my political views I'm sharing on Twitter, so this is going to remain a non-political zone, unless I'm making a specific video that is about that. So I just want to make sure that people know that I'm not being silent on the issue. I just have a specific channel for talking about those things, and I am more open about it on my Twitter. So if you wanted to follow that, the link is in the description, and you could have a conversation with me there about it. Although I'm not really sure there's anything I could add to the conversation that hasn't really already been said, for various reasons. And I don't really want to speak for anyone, so I'm not really going to mention it outside of this. But we hopefully can get justice for George Floyd and all the other murdered people by police. So, but that's the last again that I'm going to mention. So here we basically have Lance. I think. So in the latest versions, oh, he heals me. Okay. So in the latest versions of Pokemon like Heart Gold, Soul Shield, I think he actually has like a double battle here with you, where you're side by side or something, if I remember correctly. I don't know. Maybe I'm making things up, but I do know that eventually you do like 2 of them rush in and you have to battle them side by side or something. So even though it's just you're battling one specific person. So if this is for some reason the first episode you're seeing, this Furret is ridiculously powerful. It can basically force male Pokemon opponents to only hit once every, like, 1 out of 2 times. And it has this move, which makes it basically so that they can't do anything a lot of the time. So, see, it just made it flinch. So, so there hasn't really been a whole lot going on other than the protests that I talked about earlier. I've been trying to keep my mind focused on other things, but it's really hard when that's kind of like the main thing that everybody is really talking about. Obviously, this is going to be shot like a week after it's going to post, so the situation may change rapidly. So today there was actually a launch by SpaceX and NASA, where it was basically the first time in I think like a decade we actually launched any astronauts from the United States from an American platform. So that was big news, especially since we don't really have an administration that values science. So having that happen again is really great. We should really be supporting NASA, and I'm really great that I stayed up, watched the the live stream of basically NASA's live stream. So it was successful, and it's a huge step forward, especially since they were testing out, I think for the first time, humans being launched from SpaceX hardware, commercial hardware, and they were also testing out the feature, which they've tested out in the past, but they haven't done it with a human crew, where you can basically recycle the rocket, I guess, the first stage. It can actually come down and like land on a sea platform. So that's a huge thing that we were able to do, or I should say SpaceX and NASA was able to do. So hopefully, I would rather that NASA themselves be the ones to do that sort of thing, but I mean SpaceX really is the one. They are the ones who pioneered this technology. So it's as somebody who's a little more interested in like science and history and other various things, I'm glad that NASA's finally getting the attention that they deserve. Because I definitely remember being young and seeing like the iconic shape of the shuttles, and just talking about it in science classes, and then just in school it was always like, I mean, I knew about like, say, the Challenger, like the shuttle explosion. I knew about that as a child, and so I was very into like dinosaurs and very into like space and different things. One thing interesting, this is on completely different tangent, but let's use rollout. So one thing, a lot of people kind of aren't happy about, say, like, Pluto not being a planet. I don't know if I've mentioned this on a previous episode. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it on a previous episode. I'll just have to find it and link it in the description. So when I find that episode where I talked about the reasons why Pluto's not a planet, I'll link it in there, because I'm pretty sure we changed the thumbnail to my face being Pluto. We do that sometimes. So my wonderful artist, TruBluBlur, who makes now all of my thumbnails as of like a year or two ago, who also stars in some of my Let's Plays alongside my brother, and sometimes just me and him. And sometimes he actually uploads videos by himself. Or with his partner. But he was nice enough that for specific videos where I go off on some science tangent, he'll add something new to the thumbnails. I don't think he's done that with the dolphins yet, because early on in the channel, I would rant about how intelligent dolphins are. And there was an episode of like Halo, I think Combat Evolved, where I just talk about dolphins and just how intelligent they are, and how like different various things about dolphins for like 9 to 10, maybe 13 minutes or so. So I actually put like a clip art dolphin on the thumbnail. And then when I talked about Pluto, I think it was in an Earthbound episode, actually. When I talked about Pluto, he changed like my face into like a Pluto face, basically, which was kind of nifty. Man, those old those Earthbound episodes were really fun. It's interesting because I had to go back and let's use Bug. I had to go back and kind of change the descriptions in some of the videos because there was an issue on the Discord with that we had some bots get on the Discord, and I had to like ban them and deactivate the invite links that they were using. So I had to go through each and every one of my like 400 plus, almost 500 videos, and basically redo all the Discord links. So now the Discord links that are in each video are actually different depending on the playlist of the video. So if that were to happen, I can just change the description, change the link used for inviting people to the Discord on specific playlists, rather than having to go through like 400-something videos, which saves me a lot of time. But I took that moment to kind of, over the past, 3 years that I've been doing Let's Plays, the format that I've had for video descriptions haven't been always uniform. So like the older videos had sort of the semblance, they were a more primitive form of video descriptions, and then as we've gotten closer to modern day, or present day I should say, oh, this is not good. Okay, we need to headbutt this thing. So as we've gotten closer to present day, I've sort of gotten a good format that I'm really comfortable with. Oh good, we made it. Okay, good. It's Flinch. So I took, 2 birds with 1 stone. I managed to basically fix that issue with the Discord links and also unify the descriptions in videos. So, but as the main point I was trying to get to, TruBluBlur knows, and my brother knows, that when I get onto a point, I typically bring up a bunch of other points before I get to my main point. My main point was, because I was doing that, I discovered a bunch of my old videos that I forgot about. I would say almost half. Maybe. So, I have 700 videos total that are on my YouTube channel. Only about 450 to 500 of those are actually viewable by the general public. And that's because they suck. The ones that aren't viewable, that is. As you could probably guess. Or I'm just not comfortable with them being there, or the quality's just not good. We've grown by leaps and bounds, right? So, let's just use rollout. But I discovered an old, what's it called? Like a highlights reel that was really badly edited from like 2017. Oh, I missed. Where it basically was it's highlights from some of the other games that we were playing, and most of the highlights from that are in there are from video games that are no longer visible anymore. So it was like a real like blast from the past. I was looking through some of my old videos and like, wow, this is like really good stuff. It's just really bad editing, and I don't really feel comfortable showing it. So I'm hoping to revisit some of those games. Especially, I know I've mentioned this before, like Pokemon Red was one of my favorite Let's Plays when my brother and I were doing it. We were so funny. The quality of the editing is just not good. Various things. I mentioned it before in the past, so I'm not going to mention it here. But I'm not going to expound upon it here, I should say. Oh, we're full. Okay, let's see if there's anything we can like dump or use. Okay, so we have a rare candy. Maybe we should put things in the box. So what I'll go ahead and do is we're pretty close to where we'd be ending. I'll go ahead and end the episode here, and the next one, I'll actually, in between, I'll dump some items in the PC and get right back here so that I can pick up more stuff. So, okay, so this is Frakbox, and thanks for watching.